I just finished watering pockets of the growing things on this piece of property. Everything is happy, especially the weeds. And soon I'm going to go get the propane torch and get rid of all the weeds on the brick patio, which is becoming a big number. There's always weeding to do. Always weeding. I'm glad to have it to do. I don't know what the name of these tall things that represent, well, not represent, but remind you of pinks. But they're some sort of an old, so to speak, flower. And I don't know the name of it. But they're just about spent. And instead of being a silvery green, the stems will soon turn to a beige color and they'll be ready to go. But we leave the stuff at the base, the root, and they come back again next year. And they propagate pretty nicely too. There's a lot of them all over the property. This is one of my favorite forms of rock rose. It grows in sort of like a globe. The interesting thing is, I'm not sure that the camera's picking it up, but this year the grasses have gone nuts in respect to being tall. And almost all the bushes have the weeds growing up, the grasses growing up through them. And I go through and just grab them and pull, and that seems to get rid of them for a while. If you cut them, you're going to cut the flowers, and they're going to come back, you know, in 2 days. So this azalea was great this year. It's white, and the little one next to it is a beautiful red. It's pretty every year. It's just gorgeous. And the hydrangeas are sunburned. And this bed needs more attention. Everything needs attention. This is a stupendous rhododendron. It's a purple. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's go down here and see what we can see around the corner. Hedge needs trimmed between this path again. Always. This is actually yellow lavender. Smells a little odd, doesn't smell that beautiful smell and that beautiful fragrance you think about when you think of lavender. There's a lavender right behind it. And the Shasta daisies. It's just too bad these have such a short season. And I have a little purple thing down here. And right behind it, it's the same thing, only it's a light pink. And I'm not sure I remember having seen the pink one before. So I'm going to try to spread it around if it gets big enough. And I put some petunias in, which really are outstanding. They're doing real well. But right now they look a little strange because I just watered them. You know, they need to recover. They're all sort of deflated and being the delicate flower that they are. Can't wait till this guy blooms. Look at that. My volunteer sunflowers always do the best. I planted this one. I actually seeded several. But this is the only one that earwigs didn't get. Mr. Blue Jay. And here we have strawberries. Dusty Miller's on the other side, and a dusty dog too. Hello, Lily. She hates to have her picture taken. I don't know why. My granddaughter has that problem too. Do you think it could be because I'm too anal about taking pictures? What do you think, Lily? Do you think that's a reason? And I took advantage of the mid-June giveaway at the nursery in town, mostly natives. They get rid of all of their vegetable plants at a certain point. And so I think I got around 17 tomatoes. I had just been putting off putting those things in. There's always too much to do. These sort of tan humps of bulbs are naked ladies, amaryllis, and they'll be blooming in August. Let's see what's around the corner here. More of my tomatoes. These ones are not protected from the gophers. We have a huge problem with gophers. And as you can see, there's kind of, looks like a messy weeds in the middle. Well, there are some grasses there, but most of that spidery beige material is poppies that have died, spent their last, and I'm waiting until they're really kind of rotten to pull them off, because we want to encourage poppies here. This is a 4 o'clock. That's the popular name. I don't know what the botanical name is. It has something to do when they open up. And the hedge here needs to be trimmed. You can see it's high on one edge. It sort of needs to keep that sculpture. Okay, this is a brand new little side of the path garden. And it's overrun a bit with weeds. And where Lily's standing is the gravel path, which are these spidery kind of weeds. They look to me like, you know, belladonna, something like that. They have a white sort of petunia flower if you let them get to that point. And they travel pretty fast. They grow pretty quickly. So all of these weeds here are going to go with the butane torch. This is Lily's favorite place to be. She thinks I'm going to turn the water on. She'll stay right by that spigot so that when I turn it on, she can have a good bite at that water coming out of that apparatus. This rock rose is just like the one that I showed you with the pink flowers. This is a white flowered one, kind of out of bloom at the moment. And this is a gorgeous one too. It sort of reminds you of manzanita, the structure. It's not really, you're not really supposed to see it, but we had a lot of trouble with frost, and some of the beautiful big plants like this one really got hit hard. And I think in reality I'm going to have to take that out, put a new one in. I don't know what the name of these are, but they grow wild. They grow so wildly that they covered up my new planting of these sort of maroon marguerite. And the Finsterman, purple and pink. I'm going to put some ground cover in here too. I've got to get rid of these wild marigolds, I guess you call them calendula. So my little ground cover can take over. This is a frost damage thing. guess there was a fellow who used to live here who made sculptures. If you've noticed any of the metal sculptures in this video, that's where they come from. Somebody's following me. Are you following me, Lily? That's known as the rat shed. This is a plum tree that has more plums than it usually does. The nemesis of the plum tree is the wind. Lots of them end up on the ground. And the yellow jackets are eating them too. And over there is the tool shed. Little gnomes starting to bloom. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.